hope you're having a great day, wherever you may be in the world. Sending you lots of peace and love for a super fantastic day. Today is 150 days for me at home. That's a full 5 months. So I thought I'd take an opportunity to share a little bit about my experience. So the last time that I left my house was the last time that I taught a class in public, outside in public. I was teaching from home still. My life pre-corona, I was pretty much someone who stayed at home quite a bit. I'm a bit of an introvert, so I'm not somebody who goes to parties or wants to go to parties. I prefer very intimate social experiences. So before corona, really the only times I left my house was to go for work, or if I was leaving the country, which was also usually for work. I haven't had like a proper vacation in many years. So the last time I went out was to teach a yoga class, and then after that and since then, all of my teaching jobs outside of my home have ended, sadly. Yeah, I think that's the case for a lot of people. I think a lot of people have lost work. A lot of yoga studios globally have closed down, and I worry about the yoga studios being able to continue while we have to continue to practice social distancing, because if you can only get a few people into a space, will you be able to afford the rent and the salary for the teachers? So I'm very blessed and fortunate that most of my teaching is from home. I have 2 yoga practice spaces here at my villa, and most of my work has been from home over the years anyway, so I've been okay with that. Yeah, but yeah, I miss you. I miss all of you that used to come. It's been really lonely, I think. I also think for most of us, I feel that my experience is probably one that we're sharing collectively as well. So what have I been doing for 5 months? So when the shutdown first happened, it was really scary and difficult because I'm financially dependent 100% on my teaching, and that all disappeared like overnight. So it's starting to build up a little bit again, which is good. People are starting to come back. But what it did do was force me to start to teach online, which I had been resistant to doing for a number of years for a lot of different reasons. But with the shutdown, it forced me to start to engage more online, which has actually been really wonderful. And I met some really wonderful new friends as well. So yeah, so that's been good. So what have I been doing? Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of yoga. And yoga has been and continues to be such a huge blessing in my life, because if you really take yoga as a practice, it's one that's very personal and internal. It's not something where you need to go out and engage with the world. It's something that you do with yourself, and can be done anywhere and all day long, and it's definitely not just asana. So I've been doing a lot of yoga, which has been my life for many years actually. Most days I wake up pretty early, about 6 a.m. I start my morning with listening to either a podcast or a YouTube video that's of a teaching or something inspirational, or sometimes a bit of research and history. And then I spend some time reading, and then I spend about an hour in meditation. After that, I either begin teaching online, or sometimes now people are coming, which is lovely because I do miss seeing people. And if I don't have a student or a class in the morning, then I will often do an asana practice or record and upload a video, but definitely there's some work going on. lunchtime, and I have a little bit of a rest in the afternoon because usually I'm working until quite late in the evening. Most people that take yoga classes often take them in the evening because you're at work during the day. So afternoons, I have another meditation session. So that's been one of the really beautiful things that came about with this staying at home, is that I've been able to offer with my friend Selva a daily online meditation for free. And we've got a small community of people that join us every day. It's been a huge lifeline for me to have a committed group of practitioners that want to meet daily to practice peace and help to spread peace vibes out there into the universe. So thank you for those of you, and you know who you are, that keep showing up every day. And then I usually start teaching again, and I teach meditation as well as the asanas, so doing more asana, more meditation, until about 9:30 or 10 at night. And then I usually chat with my daughters a bit, and then to bed, and start the whole process again the next day. So I would say, overall, if I were to categorize what I've been doing for 5 months, I have been meditating and exercising. So prior to the shutdown, I taught a lot. I work every day, 7 days a week. That's been my habit for a number of years. And if you are a yoga teacher, you know how difficult it is to survive financially 100% on teaching yoga. It means you're going to have to work a lot and with no job security. So yeah, fortunately I love it, and I think it's a huge blessing that I'm able to support my family 100% from teaching and sharing the practice of Hatha Yoga. In addition, I added in extra strength exercises for myself, so I try to do an extra 30 minutes of just strength training because I'm spending a lot more time sitting than I would have previously. And I know for my body, the stretchy bit I don't need to work on. It's the strength bit that I need to practice every day to keep my body healthy. So I've added in extra strength practices, some more exercise. Also, moving my body really helps me to maintain my mood and stay out of a super depressed state, because this is difficult. I wouldn't recommend, I don't think I would tell anybody else, never leave your house. Stay home for 5 months. So why? Because now that you can go out, right? Yeah, you can go out, you can go back in public and go around. But for many years, I've always sort of kind of like daydreamed about, living in a monastery or an ashram and sort of taking a retreat from the world. But I have a family and I have financial responsibilities towards my family, so that's not something that's accessible to me. Like, I can't go and hang out in a monastery or an ashram for months. So I guess God brought the ashram to me, and I spent quite a bit of time in prayer, but I spent some time in prayer, and I asked God that if I'm able to survive financially working from home, I won't go out. And so far I've been able to do that. I haven't had a need to go out. And so I ask you, when you go out of your home, what are you going out for? And I would say the majority of people are going out for work, because we need to be able to support our families, and that often requires leaving the home to do so. I suppose the other reason why people go out is maybe to visit family, but my family doesn't live here. My family lives very far away from me, so I don't have any family to visit. I'm very blessed that my daughters are here with me, so I get to see them every day, and they've been a huge support for me. God bless them. What else do you do when you go out? Maybe go to the mall, cafes, cinema? These things don't interest me, to be honest. I have no desire to go to the mall. In fact, a few years ago, when things became financially stressful, I told my children and myself that this is a less is more campaign. And yeah, it's definitely the less is more campaign, I don't know, maybe 5 years running. So I try to be very conscious about my spending. I have plenty of clothing to last me the rest of my life. As what do I need from the mall? Nothing. As for restaurants, I live on a budget, so financially to go out to eat is not affordable for me. And I'm okay with that. I'm also not a big foodie person, so I'm happy I eat the same simple meal every day at home. And I'm content with that. Cinema, again, it's quite expensive, the cinema, so I need to be careful about how I spend my money. I'm not a big movie person anyway, so again, I'm okay with not going to the cinema. The one thing that I really, really love and has been very difficult for me is I love nature. I love to be outdoors. And usually when I leave here, I try to spend as much time as possible outside, in the woods, by trees, by water. I just go out and walk, you know. So why don't I do that here? Well, I live in the inner city, and the part of the city that I live in is not really designed for walking. There's no sidewalks, which means that I would have to walk in the street. In addition, it's very, very hot here, especially the last few months, and due to cultural customs, women are asked to cover their bodies when they go out, so that ends up being much hotter, and it's very dusty here as well. So where I'm gonna go, you know, I don't just to walk around the neighborhood, it sounds more sort of hell than fun, so I'll stay home. So it hasn't been easy, I guess. So I took a pledge. So in the beginning, I stayed home because we were all asked to stay home. And as the restrictions have been lifted, again, I evaluate what do I need from outside. I'm very blessed that I have someone else that can do the shopping and bring the groceries. So other than that, I stay home. And it's really deepened my practice. I have a lot more time for my personal practice, my reading, my research, my meditation. And that's a huge blessing, you know. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people have to spend all their time on earning money to support their family and aren't left with a lot of personal time left. So not going out has given me more time to be with my practice. And also more time to be with my daughters, which has been lovely, because usually they're at school and I'm at work, and then again I work mostly in the evenings when they're at home, and so I've been missing a lot of time with them that I've now had to spend with them. So when will I leave the house? So when I sort of took my little pledge to stay home, I told God that I would stay home as long as financially I can afford to, as long as I'm able to earn enough money from working at home to support my family. I'll remain at home until I can go to see my mother. So either my mother in America, my actual biological mother, or Mother Nature. Yeah. In particular, Mother India. She's one of my favorites. But at this point, I'm like anywhere green. There's water and forests, and I can just like, touch the earth and like hug a tree. Like until I can do that, I stay home. So yeah, so that's my journey at the moment. Some days are harder than others. Some days I feel really down and think that, will anything change, or will we always be like this? I'm not frightened of Corona. That's not why I don't go out. I am wanting to participate in whatever regulations or guidance that we are provided in terms of keeping other people healthy and safe. I don't want to be the source of another person's distress or illness. But also, I'm not really frightened. I think that, God has determined for us what will happen. But I miss people a lot. I miss community. I think when I look back at my life and I think of the times when I've been the happiest, it's been when I've been a part of a real loving and supportive community. And I really, really miss that. Yoga for me provided community for many years. But sadly, as life has changed and developed here where I live, the community has fallen away. That's been really hard. Yoga now, I feel here probably globally as well, is a business. It's not about community anymore, it doesn't seem. At least it hasn't felt that way to me for some time, which is really sad. I never came to yoga thinking to make it a business, or even that I would earn my living off of it. I just loved it, And one of my early mentors, he was the one, he said, you should teach yoga, and I'll help you to start that path. So so much gratitude for him, for seeing in me what I would never have seen in myself, because it was never my intention to be a yoga teacher. Oh, when he told me that, I thought, wow, that's huge. But yoga's been everything to me for so many years now. And I still love it. And what I love about it is it's ever developing. It meets me wherever I'm at. And yoga for me, please, it's not about the asana, yeah? So much more to it than the asana, than the postures. Well, I love the postures, and I love to challenge myself and see how far I can go with it. There's more to it than that. And so yeah, the times when I've been happiest in my life have been when I've been a part of a beautiful and loving community. I had that here for a few years, but sadly all of those people have left, and it's been difficult to find people that want to be part of a yoga community. People's ideas about yoga maybe are different now. It seems to be a lot about physical benefits over spiritual benefits or development of personality. The other times that I felt happiest in my life are when I'm in nature. So amazing, you just go outside and you look at like a little patch of earth like this big. How much life is there? It's like incredible, Just smell earth and water. Yeah. So I miss that a lot. I've got one little plant that my friend Talal gave me. Thank you, Talal. I don't know if you'll hear this or watch it. And I meditate in front of it every day. I think the richest people on earth are the ones that look out their window and they see green and water and blue skies and beauty of nature. Those are the richest people in the world. Yeah. So I guess I'll end here. I thought about like making a photo and writing some things, but yeah, maybe it's just nice to talk. So if you took a few minutes and listened, thank you. I'd love to see you. Everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome anytime here. And those of you that have come to my home before, I hope you know that you're always welcome again. And doors always open. And if it's not, just send a message and we'll get it open for you. Come have a cup of tea. Let's have a chat. We can meditate together. That's definitely one of my favorite things to do as a community or as a group or with another person, is to share that beautiful energy and experience. So I hope your day is beautiful. I hope you're feeling wonderful. I hope you're surrounded by love and community and support. And I hope to see you soon.